Hi there, my name's Terry and today we're going to look at inner tubes. Over the last few years there's been a lot of focus on tubeless tyres and the benefits that they might give you. Those benefits might include weight reduction, lower rolling resistance, and in particular resistance to flatting. However, my own experience of tubeless tyres has not been very good, so I carry on using tubes in my tyres. That doesn't mean to say I don't want the benefits that tubeless tyres might have. So when I was perusing the internet, I found these. This is a new generation of inner tubes. They're very lightweight. In fact, you can see here just how small the tube is. However, you'll see that they're very expensive. £30. 2 tubes, plus maybe a couple of spares, over £100. Now that's very expensive. So I went out of my way to see if I can find the benefits of those tubes, but without the cost. Before starting, I thought I would benchmark. So I looked on my shelves and I found a standard butyl tube, which you can see on the top left, and a latex tube. They are 155 and 92 grams respectively. Like any good explorer these days, I started off on the internet and I searched for tubes that would be compatible with my Maxxis 28mm 700C tyres. There are a wide range of inner tube types and brands available. However, because they specialised in lightweight tubes, I decided to stick with the Maxxis brand for now. First of all, I found these Maxxis welterweight tubes on bikester.co.uk and they cost £6.69 each. At 100 grams each, I still wasn't satisfied, so I continued my search. Next, I found these Maxxis flyweight tubes. At 50 grams each, that was more like it. I found some being sold on Wiggle for £6.69, so I bought a couple. And here are the tubes lined up, with the lightest on the left and the heaviest on the right. As well as the visual size difference, there was also a big difference in the way they felt, with the lighter tubes being much more supple, which presumably relates to a lower rolling resistance. As I've been using the Maxxis flyweight tyres over the summer, I'll just tell you how they've performed. I fitted these flyweight tubes into my Maxxis Detonator 28mm tyres and put them on my Giant Defy road bike. The rear tyre was practically new and the front was almost completely worn out. Indeed, it had a number of cuts in it that I had repaired. I put 70 psi in the rear tyre and 60 in the front. I've now run these for around 600 miles or 1,000 kilometers. I've had no punctures or other problems with the rear tyre. In the front I did get a slow puncture. This was caused by the tube rubbing against an internal repair that I'd made to the tyre and not by some external foreign object. I patched it and have had no problems since. I can't say I've noticed any difference in the ride quality or comfort, or feel any difference in the rolling resistance. Unlike latex tubes, they hold their pressure while the bike is in the garage. As I've said, I've tried tubeless tyres before and it was a complete disaster. I do keep thinking perhaps I was unlucky and I should try tubeless again. Then I came across this review that gave a more balanced view of tubeless tyres. The flyweight tubes weigh just about the same amount as the fluid that you put in the tyres to prevent punctures, so weight-wise tubeless aren't really a benefit. The tubes are very supple and I suspect the rolling resistance is equal to tubeless tyres. As for puncture protection, well, they don't help with that. However, I rarely get punctures and I have strategies for avoiding them. So overall I think I'll carry on using these flyweight tubes in my Giant Defy road bike, and I'll use the heavier weight tubes in my other bikes. Just to show you there's nothing new about lightweight tubes, here's a latex tube that's at least 30 years old that I found lurking in my shed. I did try using it, but unsurprisingly it's perished. Should I try tubeless again? If only to vanquish my tubeless demons.